Hey guys, it's John Pollock here from postwrestling.com. Thank you very much for the invite here to wax poetic on 20 years of TNA/Impact Wrestling. When I was asked to go back and think about some of the key moments and memories of Impact, what I kept coming back to is what a loaded question it is to go back and look at the legacy of this company, and that someone or some people should really write a book on the history of the company, and you guys are probably the ones to do it. I will say that I think that for myself, I look back at TNA and I always go back to 2005 when I thought it was such a unique product. It was something that you had an amalgamation of several stars that were coming out of the late 90s boom period, but a overall presentation geared around your X division, hot matches, and it overall had a feel of the future of professional wrestling, where things were going, and doing so in a compelling way. It was such a pivotal year. This was the same year that they got onto Spike TV, which was huge at the time. And then you go to November when Christian comes over and that introductory promo in the ring, it just had this feel of TNA was the new kid in the class that was moving forward with the product, and you just had this certain momentum behind it. And I don't know if they ever fully could capitalize on it. And you fast forward several years later and all of the success that NXT had in the black and gold era, and so much of it was just literally transplanting some of the very same people and principles that you had seen demonstrated by TNA, but not fully cashed in on at TNA. And it always seems to be something where if you had taken that vision in 2005 and had that commitment to your upcoming stars that were going to become larger stars through your platform on Spike TV, where things would have hit a ceiling for them. And it just seems that whether it was the talent, the creative, or the distribution on television, all those three areas never came into perfect alignment, where you could get 1 million+ viewers on a weekly basis, but it would be a struggle to get your fan base to buy pay-per-views, to go to live events. And you would see certain aberrations along the way, certain concepts that worked, like Angle and Joe, and getting in on the ground floor when it came to presenting the knockouts in a meaningful way, with your X division that has been the staple of this company from day one in 2002. So I think that is a huge part of TNA's legacy. The low point to me would have to have been the loss of Spike TV in 2014, where I don't know how many companies could have survived that. And TNA, for better or worse, has always been able to find that lifeboat and been able to get to the next destination. Pardon the pun, which is where they ended up after Spike TV. And losing Spike, to me, it was a giant reduction in visibility for the product. To their credit, I think they have been able to rebound. They seem to be as unstable as a footing as you're going to see nowadays, where they serve multiple functions for Anthem. It's not just selling tickets or sending people to buy pay-per-views. It's also content for your parent company that they now own this product as opposed to licensing it. So I think TNA, after 20 years, at different times, remarkable that they made it 20 years. In others, I think you look at the strengths of the company, the weaknesses of the company, and there's a lot to dive into on either sides. So I think a show like this is a really intriguing one to get so many different voices and perspectives on what stands out after 20 years, because this is a company that has taken on many different faces and gone through so many chapters and regimes and ideas and talent and television networks. It's an unbelievable story, and I really hope that people can put it all together and make sense out of a lot of it, because it's a fascinating company to look back on in the history. Thanks very much, guys, for the invite to come on. I appreciate all the work you guys do, and to the back, as they say.